just broke a shocking story. There is a rift, and I think that is an understatement of a word, a rift between Taylor Swift and Blake Lively. Taylor feels like she's been used.
Yeah, used in the middle of Blake Lively's war with Justin Baldoni. And there's certain things that that we know Blake has said about Taylor in reference to that battle that do not sit well with Taylor at all. The big one, dragons.
Yeah. So remember that what Taylor had told Justin was that Blake herself, she said, was Khaleesi, who was the queen in Game of Thrones, and Ryan, her husband, and Taylor were her dragons. Her best friend, although dragon. I think best friend is now past tense.
Yeah.
So, so here's the way the stage gets set. You remember there was a big meeting at Blake and Ryan's penthouse in New York City where they were going over a script change with Justin Baldoni. Justin said at the time, remember during all the lawsuits, he said he felt used, that he didn't know he was going to be ambushed with both Ryan there and Taylor Swift there. And we're thinking, oh, well, Blake is saying Taylor was her dragon and she's there, so she got involved and to protect her.
Right.
So we're thinking, wow, Taylor Swift inserted herself in this. That didn't happen according to our sources.
No, what happened was more of a happenstance meeting between Taylor and Justin. And Taylor, well, I say happenstance. Taylor thinks it was done intentionally
by Blake. So what happened was there was a 2-hour meeting with Blake, Justin Baldoni, and Ryan Reynolds. At the end of the meeting, that was the time Blake told Taylor to come over.
And Taylor had no idea that there was any meeting going on.
No idea at all.
That anybody else was going to be there.
And she believes, we're told, that Blake set her up and wanted her to come in when Justin was still there to show Blake's power.
Right.
And so
which is how Justin received it. He said that in his lawsuit.
Which you would understand.
Right.
So Taylor walks in, had never met Justin before, and just basically looks at him, and the only thing she said, we're told, is, oh, good luck on your movie.
I'm looking forward to seeing It Ends With Us. And she was saying that merely because she understood she was meeting her friend's boss.
Right.
Because Justin is the director of the movie.
And it was that simple. That's all she said, we're told. And then Justin left. So she never inserted herself in this dispute between Blake and Justin over the script. But Blake certainly made it seem that way with the text to Justin. And I think, honestly, that text to Justin is saying, look at the power I have.
Right.
I have Taylor Swift.
And we're told, too, that Taylor, because obviously these text messages became public in the lawsuit that Justin had filed. And when Taylor saw the actual text between Justin and Blake, obviously she saw that Blake referred to her as the dragon. She's Khaleesi. And we're told that Taylor felt that's kind of weird to say about a friend. It's weird to call a friend a dragon. And, Blake tried to say in her text message something like, these two are my dragons. They stand up for me when I can't stand for myself. They're well respected in the industry, and really was playing up, like you said, Harvey, all the power that both her husband and Taylor Swift had. And it seems like that didn't sit well with Taylor.
Oh, no. We know it didn't sit well.
And it got worse since then.
Because then Taylor started to ask questions, we're told, and she's found out that Blake, according to our sources, has been name-dropping Taylor to kind of, flex.
Sort of leveraging Taylor, in specifically, in one instance, telling an actress that she had been cast by Taylor. That, the way it's described to us is that Blake said to this actress, oh, Taylor is the one who wants you in this role, and we're told that Taylor had nothing to do with casting anybody.
So there's just no question that this relationship is now fractured. And remember, Taylor is the godmother to one of Blake and Ryan's kids.
Right.
So this relationship, the two of them were best friends. I mean, we saw them going out to dinner all the time. They were joined at the hip. They
were at the Super Bowl together last year.
That's right. That's right. Don't expect that this year.
I don't think so. Though I will say the godmother part means that maybe there's a chance that they can or they will
Maybe.
repair it just for the sake of
Maybe.
the kid?
But there's no question
right
based
now-
on the people we're talking with. And let me just say, people we're talking with know.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say. And Taylor Swift is unhappy. Again, an understatement that she has been inserted into this. And by the way,
and kind of used.
and not kinda.
Yeah.
You know, based
what
on
she feels,
she
yeah.
feels totally used. And you know, I think one of the things that made all of this surface, we did a podcast. We have a new podcast, me and Mark Garagos, called Two Angry Men. And it dropped yesterday, and we interviewed Brian Friedman, Justin's lawyer, and I was grilling him on whether he was going to depose Taylor.
Because the way it had been described, it certainly seemed like Taylor was involved.
That's
in
right.
this.
That's right. And you know, he was kind of cagey about it because she was kind of the ace in the hole.
Mm-hmm.
But now it looks like this whole thing was a sham that Blake may have kind of built up.
Yeah.
And I do not see that friendship lasting, frankly.